Good morning, everyone. It's Lonnie, and we are back in the shed. Have quite a few eBay orders to pull and pack today. So let's go ahead and get started. I sold a lot of comics. A lot of these Cave Woman comics like this one. I sold this one for $19.99 plus shipping on top. Sold this one for $19.99 plus shipping on top. And then finally on these Cave Woman comics, I sold this lot. Actually, it's two separate buys. But one buy was for 5 comics. One buy was for 6 comics. 11 comics total for $119 and about $90. So right at $210 plus plus some shipping on top there for this little stack here. So these Cave Woman comics are just they're awesome, and people want them. So this is probably the best part of that buy that I made when I bought the sports stuff, the video games, and then the comics. I really think the comics are going to end up being the best part of that. Got those packed. Now I need to get one more thing on that account. That's my second account, the Garage Flips account. The other thing I need to get is a Gabe Kaplan as Groucho Marx laser. Here we go. Laser disc. And here it is. $8.99. Guaranteed 47 grins, 34 laughs, and 19 guffaws. So yeah, sold this for $8.99 plus shipping on top. And it'll go in one of these vinyl mailers just like these comics did. I sold a Danica Patrick, this right here, which this is actually a sticker, a schedule sticker. It's one big sticker signed by Danica. So sold this to a viewer named Chris for $19.99 plus shipping on top. Thank you very much, Chris. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you like the Danica thing. This is, I think that's a photo from when she did yeah, Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. 2 more things to pull on main account. I'm getting close to finished here. 28 is what I'm looking for. Getting some of these Dr. Scholl's insoles. Looking for S28. S28, here we go. This sold for $24.99 plus shipping on top, and these do go first class package. So how much shipping they pay? I think they pay like $5 shipping or something like that. All right, one more thing to pull on main account. It's on the mid A shelf, so it's right here. This big guy. This is the Joker, big sideshow figure. Move these guys off the top of them. Man, I'm gonna get a lot of room, a lot of space back whenever I ship this guy, huh? I've actually got the original sideshow outer box, inner box, and everything. It did have, unfortunately, this thing had a repair on it, on like one of the hands. There's been a lot of interest in it. As far as people making offers and stuff. I've had people message me saying, hey, will you take 200? Will you take 2 1/4? Will you do 230 shipped? I've had like 4 people message me, and every time I was like, I'll just wait. Thank you though. And then finally somebody bought it yesterday. So $249.99 plus shipping on top. And I don't have a box for this, so and this is gonna go FedEx. So while I'm out at USPS, I'll swing by, grab some boxes. I might have a box for this. All I'm gonna do, because this is already in styrofoam, in the original box, in this box, I'm gonna wrap it in one more box. That's how I've always done this, and it's always worked out fine. Let's do a few questions. I'm going to do these kind of rapid fire today because I think I have a bunch because I didn't do any videos over the weekend. Oh, before I do that, I want to remind y'all, well, not remind you, but let you know that the drawing, it's Monday right now, the drawing for the mug is going to happen today, by the probably tonight. Actually, I'll probably do the drawing late tonight, and then I'll put a comment at the top of those comments from that last video saying mug has been drawn. But yeah, that drawing will happen tonight late, and I'll put the results of that drawing on the next video. So actually, if you're watching this, you still, you know, pretty early on, you still have a little bit of time to watch that last video and have a shot at winning a mug. So thanks to everyone that's participating in that. Okay, here's a question from 661 Flips. I have just under 200 active listings. I just started adding specific categories to my store. Is there a way I can bulk edit multiple listings at a time to add to a certain store category, or do I have to revise them individually? Okay, good question. Glad you asked it. So basically, this is a bulk editing question about bulk editing. So what I've done, this is my main store. I've gone into my main store and I've filtered by anything that is in the category other. I wanted to see, because if I don't choose a category, it's going to pick other by default. And I have 13 items in there. And I see that I have 2 pieces of jewelry here. All right, and oh, and this is how I did that. I did, like, this is my active items categories. I did store categories, and I chose other, and then I hit search, and it came up with this. Okay, so anyway, let's bulk edit. I'm only doing 2, but it could work with as many as you want. I'm selecting the 2 I want to bulk edit. Then I'm gonna do edit selected. And then it's gonna pull them up, and we're gonna bulk edit these categories. All right, now we're in the bulk editor. I'm gonna select this box to where it selects all of them. I'm gonna do edit fields. Then I'm going to do, and then you can do this with all kinds of things, not just the store category. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Okay, you do it, categories. And then you can choose to either edit listings in bulk or edit listings individually. And if you want to edit listings individually, I'll show you that in a minute. But let's do bulk first. And you have to pay attention. Category up here, this is eBay category. All right. Store category is what we want. So we're going to change to, and I think I have one for jewelry. Yeah, I'm going to change it to jewelry to put those 2 items into jewelry. Save and close. Wait. Then I'm going to submit changes. Confirm and submit. And that's it. You can bulk edit just like that for as much stuff as you want. And what might even work better, if you're just upgrading to the store, you can use, like, go to your active listings, search for, I don't know, let's say you're selling NASCAR collectibles. Search for NASCAR, it'll pull up all those results, hit the checkbox to select them all, and then bulk edit all those into some kind of NASCAR category that you set up, right? So, all right, that worked. So now let's say, here's the other ones that don't have the categories, right? And I want to edit them too, but I don't want to edit them all to the same thing. So I'm going to select, got these things I've never sold. Okay, and I'll select that. All right, now I'm going to edit these selected, but this time we're going to do individually. And you can use a bulk editor to individually edit things. It's not as fast as a bulk edit, obviously, but it's faster than going in and editing each one of those one at a time. So there's actually a couple ways you can do it. You have it pulled up here, you come over here and change the category right here. Or the other way you can do it is select them all, edit fields, categories. We're going to do edit listings individually. And then for each one of these listings, it's going to pull up the category like this. Okay, so this is a NASCAR. I'm going to put this in collectibles. Save and next. All right, what is this? Batman? Okay, I'm going to go collectibles with that too. Save and next. What is this? Elite cuisine. I don't even really have a good category for that. So I'll keep that in, I'll keep it in other. Save in next. Store category, same thing. Whoop. Other. Save in next. What is this? Oh, this is a big box PC game. So I'm going to go to computer with that one. And it says save in previous, which means I'm done. I can save and close. And then I submit. And now those 5, in just, what was that? It was just a few seconds, right? Like maybe 30 seconds. And in a matter of seconds, I was able to change those categories real fast, even though it was individually. So I know I spent a lot of time on that one, but I think bulk editing is something that a lot of people could probably use some information about. So good question. Thanks for asking it. Okay, this is a question from Blue Bear Bargain Hunter. Hey, Lonnie, what kind of tripods do you use for the lights? Okay, so I use just regular old, like I'll show you what kind I use, but it doesn't matter. Like you can use any kind of tripod you like. You just have to have, there's a mount. I don't remember if I had to buy something special for this little connection. I don't think I did. I think this came with it, now that I think about it. But yeah, I just mount them straight to a regular photo tripod. This is a Manfrotto that I've had forever. I think I bought that like maybe 15 years ago or so. I bought it secondhand, and it's built like a tank. And this other one is a slick tripod, and yeah, it just mounts on there just like a camera or whatever would. And then I can move them around and aim them and all that kind of stuff, whatever I need to do. So yeah, that's what I use. And you can also use, I haven't used one up here in a while. They have these things that come with it too, the gooseneck things, but I found I wasn't using that as much, so I quit using it. Okay, here's a question from Light in the Woods Treasures, Mike and Molly. Hey Mike, hey Molly. When listing an item, calculated shipping and give options on shipping, do you have to use what option the customer picks, or can you just use the cheapest for package? So you can offer multiple shipping options, and then the customer can pick which one of those shipping options they want. So like you could even offer like free shipping, or then you could like offer a more expensive option to get it faster or whatever. I very rarely offer more than one option, honestly. Like I usually just pick the one that I think will be cheapest, whether that'll be FedEx, first class package, or priority. I pick the one that's going to be the cheapest, and that's the one I use. But yeah, you could like do, say for some of these not the comic books, like let's say you're selling books, you could offer media mail, and then you could offer priority. Now the thing is, I think you want to be careful like which one you choose first, because I think that's the one that's going to show up on their screen like as the price that it is. I don't think it automatically chooses the cheapest option for that customer. So like if you add media mail first and then you add priority mail, it'll by default show media mail price, I believe. But I don't think if you flip-flop those, it would show the cheapest one. It would show the first one you offered, if that makes sense. Question from Brett Mug. Oh, he's entering the contest thing. Hey Lonnie, what type of printer do you use in the shed for eBay? My current HP seems to eat way too much ink. I've had this little Dymo printer for I think it's about 2 years now, right at 2 years. I've run about 7,000 or so labels through this thing, so I have a lot of experience using it. I have had to clean it a couple of times, but other than that, I haven't really had any trouble with it, and it just works. So the one thing that I like, there is a Rollo printer that's out there that a lot of people like. The one thing that I like, I've never used a Rollo. The one thing that I like about this printer, the paper is actually in here. So it's one unit that I can easily move back and forth. With the Rollo, it sits there and the paper sits behind it, and you know, I mean, that's not that big of a deal, but it would be harder if you're going to move the printer around or whatever. But yeah, I've printed about 7,000 labels for this thing, and I like it a lot. I wouldn't like, you know, if it broke, maybe I would try a Rollo, but it hasn't broken yet. And so I won't know what a Rollo is like until this thing breaks down and I have to stop using it, but it hasn't. The labels for this thing, I buy 20 packs of rolls. I've only bought them twice, and each of them has 4,400 labels in it, because they have 220 labels per roll like that, and then I have 20 of them, and they end up costing $1.50, 1.5 cents per label. So super cheap once you make the initial investment. More question from Christian. I have a question maybe you can help with. Are you able to upgrade your eBay shop, or if you pay for a shop, are you stuck with that size? Newish eBay seller looking to expand. Okay, so yeah, it's like, if say today you say, okay, I'm gonna get that starter store, I'm finally gonna bite the bullet, I'm gonna get the $4.99 starter store. You get that, and then by Friday you're like, oh man, this is not big enough. You could go in and upgrade that subscription at any time. The only way you may run into a little trouble is if you do the pay annually thing, where you're paying a cheaper rate per month, but you've agreed to an annual contract of sorts where you're going to stay in it for a year. If you're in the middle of that and you want to downgrade or cancel your store, there can be like a cancellation fee there that they'll charge you. But no, you can upgrade your store anytime you want to. Here's a question from James, who is my guy. Do you have others who do sourcing for you? Okay, good question. I know a lot of y'all haven't been around for, maybe like a year or more, which is when I actually met my guy. So this was last spring. I went to a yard sale. Guy had a bunch of stuff, bunch of like cool collectible type stuff, and I'm going through it and I'm making like a pile of stuff I'm gonna buy, and I just keep on piling the stuff up. I end up buying quite a bit of stuff from him, and he goes, hey, do you sell on eBay? And I decided to tell him, yes, I do sell on eBay. And he was geeking out. He said, look, I got a lot of stuff and storage units and stuff, and I need to get rid of it. I have a full-time job, and yeah, we need to hook up. And so ever since then, I've been buying from him. He had a bunch of stuff already in storage units. I bought it from him. I've gotten some great deals on some really cool stuff. And then since then, since I've been buying so much, he's actually found other avenues. He's currently got a deal with a storage facility that he buys stuff from whenever the storage units like default or whatever. And he gets to cherry pick that stuff. I get to buy it from him. So yeah, he basically sources for me, and then I buy it from him, and then I put it on eBay. And it's a perfect relationship because I have cash. He has connections. He has stuff. He doesn't have time, though. That's the one thing that a lot of people miss out on. Why doesn't he sell this stuff himself? He doesn't have time to do it. He's got a really good full-time job. So, yeah, it works out. It's been a great business relationship, and he's a nice guy, too. So, yeah, I got really fortunate to find him. Okay, here's a question from Ronnie Hart over at Heart Pickers YouTube channel. If y'all haven't watched Ronnie before and you're interested in selling men's clothing, I can't think of a better spot than Ronnie Hart's channel to learn about men's clothing. So, hello, Ronnie. So, Ronnie's question is, why are your ugly mug hating on us clothing sellers? On us cloth sellers, he says. So, I am just like, that is very tongue-in-cheek whenever I say that. Like, whenever I say, ugh, don't sell clothes. I personally don't like clothing very much, and I don't run into a ton of like really expensive brands here. I know they're out there because I know there's locals that deal in a lot of clothes, local resellers to me that deal in a lot of clothes. I really just don't like clothes. Like, I'm not into clothes. I don't enjoy them. I don't like the whole process of taking photos of them and measuring them and answering questions about them. I've tried it. I probably didn't give it a very good try because I'm not good at it and I don't like them. But no, I have nothing against clothes or clothing sellers. I'll still sell clothes. Like, I'll sell jackets. Shoes are kind of apparel-ish. I'll sell shoes. But no, I don't like the clothes. And you know what's cool about selling stuff on eBay or, you know, working for yourself? If you don't like something, you don't have to sell it. Like, I make the choices here. I don't want to sell clothing, so I'm not going to sell clothing. You love selling clothing? Sell it. Okay, here's a question from Susan Does eBay. Why don't you show your YouTube earnings like other creators I watch have done? Thanks for the videos. Well, thank you, Susan. Good question. So let me look at the reasons I would make that kind of video where I'm like, okay, here's how much I made on YouTube, or here's how much I made on eBay, or here's how much I made in any other fashion. The only reason I think I would make that video is if I wanted to make a video that I was sure would get a lot of clicks, because people are very curious. And I admit, whenever I see that video that somebody makes, how much I made on YouTube or whatever, I'm like, oh, how much did you make? And then I'll click on it because I'm curious, I'm nosy, right? So I think that kind of video would satisfy that kind of curiosity. But as far as being useful to someone, I don't think it is. And I don't like, you know, I'm old school. I don't like to say, oh, I make this much money. Like, that's just something kind of ingrained in me. I think my dad actually told me that a long time ago when I was a kid. You don't talk about how much money you make. And I still kind of feel like that. I mean, I'm transparent in so far as I show all the buys, I show all the sales. Like, I think that's enough for me. And honestly, I don't really feel the need to prove anything to anybody because I don't have to. Like, I'm not selling anything to anybody, so I don't have to prove I'm this successful or whatever. So I don't, like, if you think I'm successful, that's cool. If you don't think I'm successful, I'm okay with that too, because I don't care. Like, if that Lonnie boy, he sucks at eBay, or he sucks at YouTube, or he's great at eBay, he's great at YouTube. Whatever people think, they can have that opinion. I'm fine with that, and I don't want to change it. So why don't I do it? It's nobody's business. And I hate to end on that note, but I will. I'm going to end on that note, and I will see y'all again soon. Catch tomorrow's video for the mug drawing if you did that, or if you haven't done that yet and it's pretty early on, you still have time. Check out the last video before this one if you want to enter. So thanks so much for watching, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.